So this is hour 3 of our game-a-thon. We just got this thing and we're just going nuts with it.
Yeah.
So why not? We're gonna do a pretty old game for you today. Besides, this is Deathbed Studios. Anyway, I'm Adam.
Tristan.
And we're gonna do Final Fantasy X. It's a classic in the PlayStation 2 realm, and with the launch of PlayStation 13 coming soon.
PlayStation 13.
PlayStation. Final Fantasy 13. I'm human. I make mistakes too. Shut up. It's a Final Fantasy 13, PlayStation 13, Xbox 10. It doesn't matter. Whatever. This game follows the story of Titus and Yuna and a love story in a really messed up world.
Yeah.
So, I'd say it's probably the only Final Fantasy that I can actually remember playing through. I don't really remember playing 7 through that much. I don't know. And there was frustrating moments in this game.
Yeah, especially with like Seymour fighting.
I don't know. When I was a kid, I always went through RPGs and just like blazed through them.
No
and
grinding.
I didn't mind the level. I was just like, I'm not gonna do this because I'm a freaking dork. But and it turns out that I suck. And I got to a part.
I had to beat Seymour for you.
Yeah, that's spoiler alert for you. But if you don't.
Should have played the game.
Yeah,
It's
if you
been out
don't know
since 2001.
if you don't know Final Fantasy X now and you haven't played through it, you're probably not going to, so you don't care about the
or even living
spoilers.
under a rock.
Yeah, whatever. So there's gonna be spoilers galore. Who cares? So basically, I just blazed through the game and ended up fighting Seymour. I think like the first or second time that you fight him.
Was it at the temple?
Yeah, it was at. Wasn't it the one mountain, Mount Gazette or something like that?
Battle.
I don't know. And no matter how hard I tried, I could not beat him.
Mm-hmm. Oh man,
it was just
I was stuck
impossible.
on that for months. I actually stopped playing the game for a couple months when I got this. When I went to that part, because I could never beat him, but I did by grinding a lot on Mount Gazette, and I finally beat him. I think I might have used Bio on him. I'm not sure. I can't remember.
I don't know. It's
He's
been a
pretty
while,
easy
but-
if you grind a lot.
Oh god, I spent so many hours probably wanting to throw my controller at the TV.
Yeah.
It was very, very bad. So this is not much of a review. It's just kind of us reminiscing about this game.
We're just talking about it pretty much.
Because
I love this game. It's probably one of my favorite Final Fantasy games out there, next to 8, which is my favorite, even though not many people like that one out of the series, but whatever.
It's definitely Final Fantasy series definitely is great. I'm playing through the first couple of them on my PSP. I have a PlayStation emulator on my PSP, and I'm not endorsing any type of illegal activity, but just playing 1 through 5 right now in Tactics.
Man, pretty good.
And they are pretty good. I like them, but
one thing I loved about Final Fantasy X was the soundtrack.
yeah, definitely,
I love
definitely
the
good.
soundtrack.
Going back to
Some
Little
of the
Big
good
Planet, I mean, if you search up Xanarkand in that, you will find at least 150 different Xanarkand themes in that game.
I love the music in this game.
It's good. It's just if you go on.
Voice acting was really good too.
It was, and it was.
Characters were good. I can't think of any shitty characters in this game. Sorry for the language.
Who cares? This is our channel. We can do what we want. I'd say my favorite character would probably be Auron or Kamari.
Yeah.
And not many people like Kamari, but I like him because I'd like to think my character in Final Fantasy XI, what it was going to be similar, but because I'm a huge Spear fan. I love
Spears.
I love spears, and that sounds gay, but I like the look of spears in battle and stuff like that. So whenever I play an MMO or something, I gotta use a spear. And Auron's just a huge deep character, and I love that.
Yeah, he has a whole lot of experience behind him.
Yeah,
and he plays that kind of character very well. The mentor figure to the entire group, not just Titus.
And I'm currently studying to be a film major in college, and we're taught to look very deeply into character development, and that's something that I pride my work on. I'm a huge writer, and character development's very, very important. And Final Fantasy X had really
interesting
good
characters.
The only character that I can say that I didn't care about in Final Fantasy X was probably Waka. I really didn't care about him.
I liked him. He's all right.
But Waka did represent a part of Final Fantasy X that I think is really overlooked, and that's Blitzball.
Oh, I love Blitzball.
I
loved it.
Whenever I would get tired of playing, I would just go play Blitzball, and it definitely was fun.
Recruiting other characters and stuff for your team.
It was a great game, and for a while I said that game should come out. They should just release a Blitzball game.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
It would. It was definitely fun, and I kind of want to go back and play it now.
Yeah.
It's a great game. I cannot deny that. It's.
Yeah.
I remember Final Fantasy is really, I think, probably the second series of games that I really cared about, and the first is Metal Gear Solid, and that was definitely, I think, the first series of games that I just really hooked on to. But Final Fantasy takes a second at that, and it started with me. I think the first one that I played was Final Fantasy VIII.
Same here. I played 8.
And then all the hype about Final Fantasy VII, and I had never gotten. I had a Nintendo 64 back then, and my older brother had a PlayStation, and he was not a really big RPG player, so I'd never gotten to play any of the Final Fantasies up until I got my PS2, and then this kid let me borrow stuff. So it's a great series. I recommend it for those of you who haven't played it, and if you haven't, what are you doing? You're failing epically.
Nice. Just lost a bunch of fans there.
Don't play Final Fantasy X too. Just don't do it. Friends don't let friends do that. So don't even try.
Wasted my time.
It's bad.
I want to take back my hours.
The character development's horrible.
I just pretend that game never existed.
It doesn't exist.
Titus came back, and
it shall never be spoken of again. Nice. But let's. It seems like we have.
Yeah, we have
two minutes. 2 minutes coming up. Whatever. And I'm gonna take I think we should talk about. I think one of the most exciting Final Fantasy games in a while, and that's not Final Fantasy 14 or 13 or Versus or whatever is coming out, and that's one for PSP called Dissidia Final Fantasy.
I love it.
I managed to get my hands on a Japanese version, and it is incredible. It is definitely...
It's probably my favorite PSP game.
It is.
I wish I owned a PSP.
I love my PSP. And I've played a lot of great games on my PSP, but this thing is just amazing. And fans of fighting games should try this out, and they will not be disappointed.
I'm not even a fan of fighting games.
Neither am I. And if you're a fan of Final Fantasy, and if you're a fan, you'll love it. And there's so many great characters in the game, and
Sephiroth's still an asshole.
So many just.
I made some good jokes about
it. You did. The whole Sephiroth's mom falling down the steps thing was pretty hardcore. But he's quite possibly one of the hardest characters to fight in that game, and he's just very difficult.
No matter what.
But it has a host of unlockables like music and alternate characters, and you can actually head over to Adam Leos on YouTube and see. I have a bunch of Final Fantasy Dissidia videos up there. Kind of poor quality, but whatever, they're up there.
They're good.
I'd say take a look, and this guy has some great videos on there. Gundam fans, he has a great, hilarious, funny Gundam video. He has Final Fantasy 11 videos, and hopefully some more to come. And make sure you look up Forrest Gump's Rubber Sticks. definitely a great one. So we're running out of time here. We're Adam and
Tristan.
I was waiting for myself to say my own name. See you later.
Later, guys.